This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, the show that inspires, educates, and empowers you through life's transitions. And each week on this show, I bring on the coolest, most amazing, awesome CEOs, entrepreneurs, authors, experts, and truly life changers who've gone through their own reinventions in life and have come out on the other side successful. And they come on this show to share their transitions and their stories with us. And this week, I am so excited to have on my new friend, amazing guest, Pamela Edwards Ryan. Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Diane. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm so happy. Well, you guys are in for a treat today. Let me tell you what the theme of the show is. It is how Feng Shui can help you take control of what's holding you back. So what is holding you back? We know we have these limiting beliefs and all of these other things. Have you considered your environment and the energy around that? Well, Pamela, as I'm going to read her bio in 1 second, is a master at this. Highly regarded. She has changed the lives of so many people. So let us share with you what the intention statement is. So if you're writing this down, let it anchor in for you this week. Here it is. I have today to use my environment improvements to help my self-improvement. And I'm going to read Pamela's bio, and then I'm going to share a little personal story before we get into your story about her. So it's so exciting. Okay, here we go. Pamela Edwards Ryan is an internationally recognized Feng Shui expert. She's a speaker, author, educator, and the CEO of Language of Space, a company established since 2009 that provides comprehensive solutions by merging ancient knowledge with cutting-edge science to enhance business performance and advance personal growth. From early childhood, Pamela has been fascinating with building designs, observing how different spaces influence how she felt. She began her career following her passion, earning a BFA in environmental design, then moving forward as an entrepreneur, establishing various creative businesses along the way. Her most influential journey began 20 years ago when chosen for apprenticeship by one of the finest Feng Shui masters of our time, spending the next 10 years traveling the world learning the many facets of Chinese metaphysics. With Language of Space, Pamela has the opportunity to bring together her dynamic, multifaceted approach in achieving transformational results for businesses and individuals as a Feng Shui strategist, personality analyst, and spatial design expert, working with CEOs, large and small businesses, home design, and property development, with a record of advancing business into the top 200 Inc. fastest growing companies in America. So amazing. Pamela has worked alongside her partner and husband, Michael White Ryan, throughout this journey. At every level, Pamela is committed to assisting individuals to thrive and fulfill their own personal and professional journey. With the support of good Feng Shui, she finds people live a more connected, healthier, and successful life. That is amazing.
It's been a journey.
Yes, I love that we're doing this. You know, on this show we cover a variety of topics. You're the only one we've done this with. So sit back, take a lot of notes, get yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, text a friend, or let somebody else know this is what we're doing right now. Share this information. So, all right, Pamela. So tell us your story. Like, how, I know you were fascinated as a little girl, but how did you really get into this? What was the journey?
I had a business and I came to a closure with a previous business that I had.
Okay.
And I took some time off and it was like really evaluating what am I doing next? And what came in my radar was Feng Shui. And I'm like, I never even heard about it, you know? Well, a week later, I'm in a class. You know, what shows up for you.
So Feng Shui came in how? A thought? You saw something? What was the sign?
Someone mentioned something.
Okay.
And I didn't have any idea what it was about, but somehow I knew that that's what I needed to do.
Wow.
So I was in a class and just, one thing led to another. And over the first couple years, I just meeting different teachers. And then I really was fortunate to come upon just the miraculous teacher that I spent 10 years with.
Wow.
Just really studying this work. And we just traveled the world looking at cities and homes and buildings and understanding how their environment was influencing the success of a capital of a city, and why they were so successful, or why a certain building was having such terrible problems, So we would see and analyze it. So you learn knowledge in a class, but you learn how to do this work actually on the field.
Okay. So will you explain to the audience what Feng Shui is, and then what makes the practice that you do and the work that you do differentiate you from maybe other Feng Shui, experts out there?
Well, Feng Shui is a science. It's based on observations of the land, the nature, the cycles of the seasons, and it's through studies of looking at how our environment influences how people function in their lives. So it's took thousands of years. It's not something that got established over a short amount of time. Different facets of it began to fall into place over a series of even thousands of years.
Thousands of years, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so what makes what I do unique and actually really get results for people is I've studied many modalities of Chinese metaphysics, and it's applying those different aspects depending on different people's situations. And so people think of Feng Shui, well, we're just going to arrange your furniture, or maybe it's something you just think like you have intention about, but it's really a science that's based on formulas and understanding qi, energy, and how it moves through space.
Yes.
So I utilize that in the work that I do.
I love this. I love this, everything about it, all the facets of it. And I want to share, before you go on with your story, I want to interject something. And you know how I'm a big manifester and, master of law of attraction and all of that, and paying attention to the signs. That's kind of my area. And I had been guided one day. It was a Sunday afternoon. I was guided to go to the farmer's market in Solana Beach. I parked my car. I walked in front of me was Pamela's lovely husband, Michael's booth. And sitting on the table was your book. And you did a collaborative book, and my coach was pictured right next to you. So it was Zoom. I went right in on it. Michael and I had this fantastic conversation, and he said, you really need to meet my wife, Pamela. So we connect, we make a lunch date, and in the interim, things were changing here in my life where I had made a decision. I was moving out of my home and getting my business out of the home, because we've been, I've been working and living in the same place for the last 3 years, and it was just all the signs were telling me it's time to make a change. So Pamela and I meet for lunch. We have a lovely meeting together, and I tell her what's going on, and she said, would you like me to go evaluate the space for you and check it out? And I said, I would love that. And so I hadn't signed a lease or anything. And so we meet, and she's there, and she's measuring, and she's looking, and she's taking pictures, and she's in the building and out the building and doing her thing. And we have tea afterwards. And I asked her point blank, if this were you, would you rent this space? And she said, honestly, I wouldn't. And she told me the reasons why. And so talk about divine guidance. And so now here we are. Everything in my life shifted in 24 hours. The place where I was supposed to move into, I decided not to. And the apartment and the office space landed in the same exact day. Within a 24-hour period, everything turned around. And now here we are, and we're in the studio, and you're the first guest in the new studio. I'm so excited by this.
It's a lovely place.
Yes, I love that. So I love the way that whole thing came together, and just, the serendipity of it all and the beauty of it all that came together. And so I just wanted to share that personal experience I had with working with you, and how you really already have had such a profound positive effect on my life. So,
well, you thought you were going in that direction, and see how it quickly made a shift.
yes.
Other doors began to open up for you that
So
were,
many.
and I say this space is a much better space for you.
Good.
Then.
Thank God, right? Yeah, good. It gets a thumbs up. All right. Well, that's great. That's
Yes.
great. So, give a little of an example of what someone could expect working with you. I want to kind of talk about that. Like, what do you actually do?
Well, that's a good question, because it's not just about your space. It's about people. Feng Shui is really about looking at who that person is being. And so there's 3 factors that we really take a look at. One of those is we call heaven, man, and earth. Heaven is that frequency blueprint that you were born with. So we look at that moment that you take that first breath really sets into motion like a destiny of who you are to become. So I help people to understand their strengths, their weaknesses, and much more about themselves, so they can be much more in tune with which direction to go in life.
Okay.
That's one facet.
Okay.
Another facet is really helping people to understand their skill set, their beliefs, their ideas about who they are. That's another facet. And then the other facet is your environment. How your environment is influencing your thoughts, your behaviors, the actions that you're taking.
Yes.
So I take a look at that, how you can take advantage of the energy, or what we need to do to make adjustments in the energy to create an alignment between you and between timing and the external environment, and how to create a family, of energy, so that they actually work together.
Okay.
So it may be moving things around in your space. It may be changing where you're sleeping or where you're working, or how we actually turn on a space. Turn on a space just like it's acupuncture for your house.
Yes.
So we go in and we actually do activations energetically too, that are in line with your energy and with timing, so that we can create certain specific objectives. Like I had a client last week that I've been working with, and she sent me an email, and she said, I am so freaking busy. These activations have kicked in.
Oh, wow.
So
who wouldn't want that? How fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes.
So, and she was a client that we got from another client who we ended up doing, helping him to purchase a building.
Okay.
He'd been a long-time client, and we helped him grow his business to the point where he can then afford to buy his own business. So we were the advisors in the build-out, and the architects and the interior designers in the end then hired us.
Yes.
And so that was one of those clients, helping her to really grow and transform her business. So some people think it's about spatial alignment, but it's really about looking at a person's specific energy and how to situate them in their space. And number one is how to bring that energy from the outside into your space. What is the quality and the quantity of that energy, and how do we maximize that to your advantage?
Yes. Yeah, because you really want to use all the available assets to you, right? It's not, yes, the inner is so important, right? We know all this, in mindset and all of that work. But actually to create and enhance that environment aspect of it as well, and use all of that. Like you said, it's like this family, this synergistic way of just tying it all together. All right, so what's been your biggest challenge along the way?
Well, I think challenge is people have a misunderstanding about what Feng Shui is.
Yes.
And so it's really about educating people. So finding venues and different modes to really, like we're here today.
Yes.
Is really finding different ways that we can open that door so people can have an idea, wow, there's so much more to this.
Yes.
This is fundamental in the lives of people in Asia. They don't take it for granted.
Right.
We're here, we're still kind of newbies, and we're like, well, what is all this about?
Yes.
But you'd be surprised the major corporations that are using Feng Shui.
Yeah,
they want that, they need that competitive edge.
Yes.
Over long term.
Yes.
So it's really helping to assist them to have a much more successful business. When we have a successful business, we have more employees, we help them to have more stable lives, and so it just filters down.
Yes. I love that piece of it, and we'll be using you for sure as we grow here at I Have Today, because we have big plans, global plans. So,
well, and what I find is people, sometimes you're ready for make a change. You know, you may not realize it right away what that's going to be, and you feel stuck. Things are just not moving forward in your life the way you would like them to be.
Yes.
So this is an option to really consider for you, that it may just catapult you into a whole new direction that really services you.
And I'm living proof. This literally just happened a couple weeks ago, and it shifted everything, and I'm so grateful for it. So it's powerful. It's powerful. So how do you live the I Have Today way? I ask all my guests this.
And that is an important question, because for me, it's about who am I being? I'm always asking myself, who am I being?
Yes.
Being the person that is more cognitive, more conscious of the decisions of what my mind is thinking, so that I am in charge of making the choices of where I'm going to go in my life.
Okay.
Paying attention to where we're being pulled that we don't want to pay attention to, and what those stories and what that information is that's there to teach us.
Yes.
So that we can create completion to move forward.
Yeah. So you just go in, even if you don't want to,
you don't. And there's resistance a lot of times,
Yes.
because we don't want to hear some of the things about ourselves that are perpetual patterns that we actually don't even recognize as separate from ourselves.
Right.
And so sometimes it's hard to have an outside viewpoint on that, or to have a clear understanding of why we're being pulled in a certain direction, or why we keep getting the same relationship that just doesn't keep working out over and over again.
Yes. Yes. This is good. That's really good. And I could see that also being a factor in not just the relationship, but with you and your health and your habits and your routines, and why is that so programmed in there? And we a lot of it we say is the mindset, but there's other factors there too. That's fascinating. I love this conversation.
Well, and I think a lot of us are actually being tested these days, because the energy in the universe is really shifting, and it pulls to the surface the things that we don't necessarily want to take a look at.
Yes.
But it's a wonderful opportunity. They say enlightenment and waking up and being more aware. It's not really so much a spiritual path as it is real work.
Yes.
To really make those changes in our lives. And that's what I find with my work. It helps people to see more who they are, to help empower them to be the miraculous self that they want to be.
Yes. Yeah, it's beautiful. So go ahead.
And I was just going to say, and especially for women now in business.
Yes.
We are coming into an amazing time where I would say, women, it is your time to shine. Get out there, especially this month. This is a strong fire energy month, and fire is a female energy, and it's all about stepping into your power, taking a risk, taking chances. We are the future leaders of our world.
Yes, we are. Amen to that. I love that. Yes, ladies, step it up. Spoken from Pamela. So tell our audience how people may be able to find out more information about you. And I know you have a special offer and gift to the I Have Today audience. Please share what that is.
Well, my business is Language of Space. I have a website with that name. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the different resources. What I'd like to offer today is, because I feel, number one, it's about understanding more about who you are to really show up as the magnificent person that you are. So I'm offering a discount on my personal assessments. So you can either email me and say I have today, or you can go to Language of Space, and I will have an events page where you can sign up And so my regular price is $700, and we're going to offer it for $480. It's a very extensive analysis, and it takes me like 2 hours of time, even with you, to go over the information.
Okay, that is a steal of a deal, and I love the numbers 4 and 8. You know, they're all around me. So.
And sign up to be on my newsletter, because there's different things that we put together. Like, I do teach workshops, and so come on board and you can really find out what's happening. We will probably do a workshop sometime in August or September, so pay attention, and so that you can find out. It's a fabulous way to learn how to make some changes in your environment.
Yeah, start, learning more about this and tap into Pamela's expertise. She's amazing, just remarkable. So, all right, again, the name of the company is Language of Space. So go to languageofspace.com or find that Facebook page. Take advantage of Pamela's special gift and that offer. That's invaluable. I mean, it could totally change the trajectory of your life very, very quickly. And then also follow Pamela, because she does have upcoming events. I know that I'm certainly going to be signing up for that as well. So, well, it's really been a pleasure to have you on this show. Is there any final piece of advice you would like to share with the audience?
I think so. So we're talking about Feng Shui and making a difference in your life, and there are simple things that you can do. I mean, if you're uncomfortable in your environment, number one, just go around and change the furniture, move things around, change the energy. Or if you have things blocking your front door, open up that space so that you can allow more energy into your space. Simple things can make a big outcome for you.
Wow, that's great advice. Well, I'm going to do that for sure. And while I have Pamela here, I'm going to have her go evaluate my office space, and we're going to move some furniture around, which is so great. All right, well, this is Diane Forster, and as always, you can find us on social media at Diane Forster Official on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you'll find I Have Today page, and then also our website, dianeforster.com. Go there for free gifts. The podcast is there, the blog is there. Find out ways about working with me personally and our upcoming events as well. And please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because this is where the show is going to be premiering every single Monday. So that's I Have Today with Diane Forster on YouTube. That's it for this week's episode. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.